Many Americans are hungry for the opportunity to experience an authentic version of America's past and present. This desire has made cultural heritage tourism a multi-billion-dollar industry. Tourists spend their money on food, lodging, and attractions. They also purchase heritage souvenirs. Heritage souvenirs are unique treasures. They are one-of-a-kind expressions of a community's culture that can only be purchased locally. Their uniqueness has special appeal for residents and tourists. Because of their limited distribution and specialized appeal, there is little, if any, competition in the marketplace for heritage souvenirs. This leaves an economic opportunity open and available to community organizations and entrepreneurs. Today's technology allows for the development and production of heritage souvenirs to be unique, easy, and inexpensive. This video and the companion manual, Cultural Heritage Preserving, Sharing, Fundraising, will help you get started. With careful planning, creative design, and strategic marketing strategies, you and your organization can create and sell heritage souvenirs, giving you new revenue for your preservation efforts while simultaneously enhancing the public's appreciation for their history and culture. It is easy to be overwhelmed by the multitude of options you have for creating heritage souvenirs. There are various books, postcards, puzzles, mugs, calendars. The list is virtually endless. The form your heritage souvenir takes is a decision made after careful thinking and calculations to determine what will sell, who will buy, and how much you need to earn. The best heritage souvenirs are unique in the marketplace, with little competition. They tell an interesting story about the community or celebrate a special aspect of the community's identity. They are easy to sell, display, and ship. Breakable or bulky items may not be the best choices. There should be a reasonable expectation that the sale of the item will produce a profit. This is more likely if at least most of your production costs can be covered up front through grants or fundraising activities. It is also helpful to have a ready-made market, for example, participants at a local festival. Once you have evaluated all of these aspects and decided what product will work best, it is time to design your heritage souvenir. Design is critically important. The style of your creation will have a direct impact on sales. The design must connect with your target market in a way that is both emotional and practical. The number one design rule is to keep it simple. Convey one specific thought or idea as quickly as possible. This may mean letting go of aspects of the story you may feel are important, but too much clutter will turn off your buyers. As you create your item, make the design process as visual as possible. Create mock-ups with sketches and photocopies. Before you get started, know all of the specification your vendor requires. What is the size of the space you must deal with? What colors can you use? How should the file be saved? Not knowing these things ahead of time can lead to a complete project do-over later on. It is also a good idea to enlist the support of artists, designers, and others with special expertise. You especially will need someone on your team with intermediate computer skills. When you have finished designing your item and are ready to place your order, you may choose to use a local vendor. There are many advantages to this. Working with a local vendor gives you the opportunity to develop a community partnership. A local vendor is likely to support your work with discounts or other kinds of pro bono services. It is useful to have a local go-to person who can help you with design questions and provide more personal customer service. Working with a local vendor is also an important expression of your support of local businesses and entrepreneurs in your community. But you may find it more cost-effective to use an online vendor. Because of the high volume of work they process, they are able to offer very reasonable prices and a short turnaround time. Online vendors use an interactive computer interface that takes you through the process of uploading your graphics, viewing a proof, placing, and paying for your order. There are several online vendors available. Choose your vendor carefully by evaluating their product options, viewing their online portfolio of previous work, their costs, including shipping, and their delivery times. Before starting the interactive vendor process, make sure you have everything you need on hand. This will include your graphic files, your decisions about the product including color, style, and quantity, and the information you need to pay for what you are purchasing. Set aside plenty of time without interruption to complete the process from start to finish in one sitting. Then follow the vendor's steps very carefully, reading every direction for detailed instruction. This process may vary somewhat from vendor to vendor, but in general, you can be expected to do the following. First, you will choose the item you are purchasing. You should have already decided ahead of time the item you want. If there are options for colors, you will also be asked to make this choice. Next, you will be asked to upload your artwork. If you have checked the vendor specifications ahead of time, you will know exactly what resolution your graphic should be and how the file should have been saved. The interface will allow you to select the graphic from the computer files on your computer. The upload will begin. This may take several minutes, so don't panic if it doesn't finish immediately. The interface will let you know when the graphic has been successfully uploaded. If you have purchased an item with several graphics, it will ask you to upload the next one. Once all of your graphics are uploaded, you move on to the proof process. This is when you get the opportunity to see a visual representation of your product. Check to make sure that all corners and curves of the graphic fit on your item. Make sure the colors are correct. Although you should have already done this, it never hurts to check again for any spelling or grammatical errors. Once you review this item and approve it, you absolve the vendor of any responsibility for creating a product that looks like this proof. Any mistakes that are on the proof that you fail to catch and correct are your responsibility. Once you have approved your proof, you will place your order. You will be asked to enter the quantity you want to purchase and then given a final price. You will then provide your credit card information to finalize the purchase. If you experience trouble along the way, most vendors will provide you with a customer service number to call. You may even be assigned a customer service representative who will work directly with you through the process and follow up after you receive your order to make sure you are satisfied. By the time you receive your products, you should have a marketing plan already in place and rolling. You should have already thought through key marketing questions. What will be the price of your heritage souvenir? The price must be high enough to earn as much profit as possible, but not so high that it becomes unaffordable to your customer. Where will you sell your product? Will it be in a store, some other public venue, an online website, or maybe all of the above? Choose a place where you know your potential buyers will be. How will you promote your heritage souvenir? People won't be able to buy your product if they don't know it exists. Develop marketing strategies that are low cost and easy to implement. You can promote your product in the media, through online email campaigns, and on social networking sites like Facebook and Twitter. Creating and selling heritage souvenirs is an important effort that requires special focus and attention. If you or your organization is interested in creating and selling heritage souvenirs, be sure to read the companion manual, Cultural Heritage, Preserving, Sharing, Fundraising, available on the Farm2u website. Work with an advisory group to complete all of the recommended exercises to help you make the best business and creative decisions throughout the process. This is not just an exercise in fundraising. It's also about helping others better understand, appreciate, and value their history and culture. By mining the stories of our past, we enrich our present and reap significant benefits for the future.